You are listening to MorningStar MindFux with Shay and Jordan. And now it's time to rewrite your inner programming and stretch our minds to infinity together tonight.
I will.
Okay. So, we're going to continue talking about your fucking challenging trips that you had the other night, right?
Most recent one, or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like
Okay.
what we were talking about earlier. And
Yeah.
fucking made you take a time out so we can bust this out.
Yeah.
You have the microphone on?
I do.
Perfect. Okay, so say what you want to say about what happened.
Okay. So, we didn't even take that much mushrooms compared to what we usually take.
Mhm.
For somebody else, it's probably a lot. Well, we, like 4 grams each.
3.5
Yeah.
each, yeah.
And everything was going good. And I started to go down a hole. And these mushrooms have taken me down that hole before. And I thought that I was going completely insane. The first thing was like, so I thought that I was losing my vision. I wasn't, like, I could see everything, but like when I would look at something, like a person or whatever, everything would like blur out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I was like freaking out, and then I said to Shay that like I feel like I'm gonna die.
Come on.
And then once he told me like, no, I promise you, you're not gonna die, I had him like check my pulse and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was fine. And then I couldn't articulate how I was feeling because I was super duper high, and so I kept losing my words. So I thought it was like stroking out, and I was not. But then it got like really intense and really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I felt like I couldn't even like call 911 because they wouldn't help me. They'd fucking put me in a straitjacket and strap me to a gurney. I guarantee with how I was, they would have. It would have been bad. And I just felt like I was completely losing my mind because I wanted to tell him that like I couldn't just like relax and just ride it out like I would have normally been able to.
Mm-hmm.
I felt every time I tried to do that, I felt like I had to tell you something, and that like was a matter of like life and death. And if I didn't articulate it to you, I was fucking screwed.
Right, and
I couldn't figure it out.
Let me interject for a second here. That's how that word is said, right?
Interject.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got it right. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so like this isn't your first challenging trip, right?
No.
So, and that's what was.
I like them though.
Yeah. Well, so they're catalysts, and they're like
big learning experiences.
Right, ways to learn, and fucking it always opens your, like, no matter what, when you do have a trip, good or challenging, it does open up your consciousness and your awareness.
Yeah.
And you don't, that doesn't close back up. But what I'm trying to say is that wasn't your first challenging trip, so you knew what to do, but those things weren't working for you.
No.
And so you, like, up until like earlier today, because I was holding off on trying to tell you what I thought had happened.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do it here, like, organically on camera for everybody to hear about. And
yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut the audio out of the videos that we took that night and share it with you guys some way.
Yeah.
So anybody who's interested, let us know. I don't think we're going to put it right on YouTube, but we will.
I did not pull my hair out or scratch my brain out, even though at that point I really, really wanted to.
Yeah, and
that's why it's good to have somebody with you.
Yeah.
When you're going through something like that.
And like somebody whose experience is usually a good idea as well, because like had I not been there, I definitely, that would have been bad. But
yeah, I would have hurt myself pretty bad.
What I want to ask you is, like, strike what I told you earlier about what I think happened.
Mm-hmm.
What was your conclusion after being able to process everything?
My conclusion, I don't know. Like, honestly, I felt really good about being able to just articulate the fact that because what was really bothering me in the moment about, about everything was feeling like it was like life or death to articulate something to you. And if I didn't, then something bad would happen and I couldn't do it. And just that realization was really important. And I kind of was just happy I got to that point and didn't really go past
get
it.
to the bottom of it. And
yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna tell everybody what I told you earlier, what I believe was going on, because it isn't just my opinion or whatever. This is a very common thing for people to go through when they're on mushrooms, and it's most of the times it's not even a bad experience. It's a good thing. People love it. That's actually what a lot of people do mushrooms for, is to the disillusion of their ego.
Yeah.
Or ego death, it's called. And that's like a lot of people seek that experience. That's why they like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right?
I think because I didn't have that thought or intention going in.
Right. It hadn't even crossed your mind. And honestly,
not at all.
It didn't cross my mind until like 3-4 days later. I was taking in some information and I was like, what the fuck? That's what happened. And here's why I think that's what happened. Because I feel like you were, instead of observing what was going on as just your consciousness, as your
true self,
your awareness, I feel like you were identifying with your ego. We all do it. I do it all the time. Everybody does.
I didn't just identify with it. I fucking needed it. I felt like
not that you needed it. You were it. You didn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't need it because that was what you were.
Yeah.
And you were acting as and speaking as your ego. And because of the mushrooms and the expanding of your consciousness, that part was dissolving. And being inside of it while it's dissolving is clearly terrifying.
Yeah, it's really scary. It's because honestly, I'm glad that you said that, because when you first said that to me, right before you said the words ego death, they popped into my head, and I didn't even consider that. But that's exactly what everything looked like. Everything was had an eraser, and everything was shading out and fucking dying. And because I was high and I didn't realize what was going on, I thought that was me.
Well, and honestly, from your ego's perspective, I couldn't even imagine how terrifying that would be.
It sucked.
It would be like the universe is fucking just pulling you away, right? And so one of the things that scared you a lot was the fact that you were having you felt first of all, you told me I need to keep talking so that I know that my mind is still working, that my brain is not going to break.
Yeah.
And so you kept talking, but you were running out of things to say, and that in itself was scaring you as well, because you were you knew you had thoughts, but you weren't putting words to them, and so it was that was terrifying for you as well.
Yeah, and I was trying to like I said, that there was something there that I felt like I needed to articulate to you. And I figured if I kept talking, eventually it would come out. Because if I wasn't talking, because whenever I tried to articulate it to you, I would go and say a half a fucking word and it would be gone. So I felt like if I kept talking, eventually I'd be able to tell you what I needed to tell you that would save my life or something. Still don't know what that is.
And I'm sorry, but if your ego ever comes to me asking for help, I'm going to tell it to and I want you to do the same for me.
You need to tell me that that's what's going on, and then I could just relax into the experience. But lessons learned.
I wish I had the wherewithal, but I was right there with you. I was high with you, and the stuff you were saying was going into my head, and I was experiencing it as well, but I was I need to be the fucking rock here. I need to
take care of me and make sure I don't hurt myself.
But the thoughts that you were having and that you were able to articulate were going into my head, and fucking I was feeling it as well. And it was the same shit happened every other time you had a challenging trip as well. With that one time when your hand looked like it wasn't yours.
When reality was breaking.
Yeah,
I wasn't breaking, reality.
Right, and I was fucking. I was, as soon as you said that shit, and I looked at my hand, I was like, "Those aren't mine either." Yeah. And like, I had to remain calm for your sake, but it was fucking trippy.
Thank you for that, because fuck, if you and I both spiraled, everything would be over.
That'll never happen.
I know that.
But so we took the albino tidal wave mushrooms. That's a crossbreed of penis envy and tidal wave. And so we had a, what was it? Yeah, an ounce of those, okay? So the first time we did them, we went fucking all out, and we each took 7.5 to 8 grams each.
Yeah.
That ate up half the ounce.
Do not do that.
That was the night that reality broke, when she was tripping out about her hands and everything. I think we briefly spoke about it in one of our episodes.
Yeah,
in our first episode.
Think so.
But
it was honestly though, like, that one was like, it freaked me out. But like, even the next day, I was like, this was the coolest freaking thing.
No,
like,
that night,
it was
after
crazy.
We started to calm down, we were like, well, that was fun.
Yeah, because like, it's like, I mean, in the moment, you're like, what's happening? I don't understand. But if you sit there when you're having a challenging trip, and like, instead of like identifying with the fear of like, I don't understand what's going on, and just sit there and think like, oh my God, I get to experience this. This is crazy. It really does help.
And one of the traps that like those mushrooms had us in was we constantly kept confusing ourselves, because we kept trying to figure out shit that did not need to be figured out.
Yeah. So, like, I felt like, at the beginning, both times I had the bad trip, was like, things would go like sideways. So I would go to like, go pee or whatever. And I'm like, trying to like get up. And I'm like, why is my underwear all, it fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
But I'm like tripping out, my sweater, our house coat, the socks. But like,
and we kept looking for shit that we didn't need. We spent the whole fucking time looking for stuff
and throwing matches.
Yeah,
we threw a lot of matches.
But so okay, as I was saying, that first time we took the half ounce between the two of us, and then we did them a second time, and for the most part, that trip was pretty mellow. We took this last time, the trip that we were talking about, where she felt like she was dying. We took the same amount that time as we did the second time, which was, we split about 7 to 8 grams between the two of us. We sat outside that night. We watched the stars. We saw a bunch of really cool shit. And then our neighbor, like 2 or 3 doors down, or 3 or 4 actually. We heard them fucking just screaming bloody murder. This lady, and she kept saying, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. And it went on for like a half hour before I was like, okay,
we gotta check this shit.
It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I think I need to go help somebody, or at least make sure nobody needs help. And I went over there, fucking pounded on their door, like boom, 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 like fucking 4 or 5 times. And I could hear them in the window, like rustling around once I started knocking, but they still kept fighting.
Yeah.
So then I was like, hey, Jordan came over to check on me, and I was like, I think we need to just call the cops.
Yeah,
because like, they weren't responding.
It's difficult because, like, so we hear that and we hear this woman screaming, like, get out, get out, get out. But at the same time, we also know that when we were first together, we've had fucking crazy fights where I, like, lose my mind. And it's like, but it's both of our house.
Right.
So it's like, so essentially we just needed to be like, they're not answering the door. We need to just kind of contact a mediator,
right? And
to make sure she's okay.
I'm not the kind of person to call the cops fucking ever.
No.
But I couldn't verify whether or not this lady was okay.
Yeah.
Whether she was safe or in danger or not. So I gave them fucking so many opportunities to communicate that to me.
Yeah.
Before I said, okay, fuck this. And I called the cops, and then I waited there for them. And as I was waiting, I kept knocking on the door, because they were still fighting, and the guy finally responded to me, and I got I think I have audio of that conversation.
Yeah.
It might have cut off. But anyways, he opens his window and he's like, he's actually a really nice guy after we talked to him. But anyways, he opens his window and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, what do you mean?
What the fuck's going on
You're
with you,
asking
man?
me what's going on?
We
What
can
the fuck
hear
is
you
going on?
4 doors down.
And he tries giving me some bullshit story that his girlfriend or his wife or whatever was upset because her mother was sick. And I was like, sure, that may be so, but she's fucking flipping the fuck out on you.
Yeah.
And there's something going on here, and I don't know if people need help in here or not. So the cops are on their way, and I told them, I'm like, just make sure you unlock your door because they'll fucking bust it down if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then and the cops took forever.
They did. They took like a half hour, and that one fucking cop was just a squirrely little
just
fuck.
we'll get to that, but so while I'm waiting for the cops, the guy came, he opened his window again, started talking to me, and he's like, yeah, everything's okay. And I'm like, I get that, dude. And I can't uncall the cops, and I would if I could, because now that I know things are okay, but I can't. And they're coming, and I'm just gonna wait. And then 2 cops pull up in separate cars. One guy was like fucking 7 feet tall and super nice. And he's like,
awesome, so nice.
Yeah, he's like, you did the right thing, and
just ask us questions, making sure did you hear her scream stop choking me or anything like that? And we're like, no, they could very well be a married couple who had some drinks and are just fighting. We just want to make sure, because we didn't get a chance to talk to the woman. Mm-hmm. We just want to make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah.
And
and he told us you guys did the right thing. And then he's like, where will you be if I need to talk to you for a statement or whatever? I just told him we're laying in our backyard and everything, and he said okay. But the whole time, this other fucking cop, he was an older gentleman, probably about 50 years old.
Not even. He was no, he was our age. He was definitely under 50.
No, you're tripping the fuck out.
I was really high, so maybe.
He was definitely at least late 40s, early 50s.
I could have fucked him up, and he knew it.
But he kept looking at Jordan because she was itchy because she has a fucking slight allergy to grass, and we were laying in the grass all night.
Yeah, and I was in a house coat. And
we were both in our house coats. She kept itching her leg and stuff, and he kept looking at her like she was gonna whip out a fucking shank or something.
Right.
So that guy was a tool, but the other cop was super nice. Yeah. We went back to our yard doing our thing, and then about a half hour went by, and I decided to go back and just make sure everything was okay, nobody was hurt. Mm-hmm. And then the cop told me, he's like, yeah, there's no crimes committed here, everything's okay. And then so I was like, okay. And I told that guy, I'm fucking sorry, man, but I really, I'm not the kind of person who just let that shit go without getting involved. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, well, we don't want to be those neighbors and stuff. So he's a great guy, but
yeah.
And I don't know.
And we definitely get it.
Yeah, for sure. We've had our fucking a few spats, but anyways, the whole reason why I started talking about that night was because we may not have had or she may not have had a challenging trip per se. It started to get like that after the cops told us that everything was okay. We were laying down.
Well, no, not after. Actually, so when you first went to go and check on them or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I came in to let Damien know that, I was going to go outside and we were just going to be a couple doors down so he didn't freak out. Mm-hmm. And, I couldn't, because I was high, I could not figure out if you were in the back alley or in the front. So I freaking walked, back and forth so many times. And, I was starting to panic.
You could have just, raised your voice and I would have heard you.
Well, I didn't know if you had to, kick some dude's door and you wanted to be, secret about it.
I told you before I left, I said, listen, if you hear me yell, come and get me.
But it was, I felt like it was probably only, 3 or 4 minutes, but I felt like it was longer.
Yeah.
So, but as soon as I found you, then I was okay.
Yeah, but that's not what I was talking about when it comes to the challenge, kind of challenging trip that you had that night.
No,
after the cop left, we were sitting down. We were about to kind of watch a movie in the yard, laying in the blankets and stuff. And then the sun was coming up, and in the east, there was this really, really bright fucking star.
Brighter than any star I've ever seen, ever. It was so if you have the moon, half of the moon was like the star. Like it was insane.
It was not that big.
Fuck yes, it
No,
was. It
it
was
fucking was not.
huge.
No, it was not.
Okay,
You're
well,
so crazy.
I gotta look at the pictures,
Right.
but I was scared.
And there was another star beneath it that she was also tripping out about, but it wasn't nearly as bright. But she was like, she started to panic, thinking that like something bad was gonna happen on account of the star. And she wanted me to fucking sit there and record it, and I'm like, why? That's silly. I want to find out what it is.
Well, because you said you're like, because at first when I pointed it out to you, and then you're like, it looks like it's coming towards us. And then that fucking started my thing. I was like, fuck yes, it does look like it's coming towards us. And then I fucking just took that and ran with it.
Right. And you're like, well, if
it ends up being cool.
If something bad is going to happen, I want to fucking be holding my son right now. And I'm like, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. But like, just let me figure out what the fuck it is. Because honestly, it doesn't matter, and if it were something bad, we might as well enjoy our last few minutes. But like,
I know, but I want to enjoy my last few minutes hugging my kid.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't opposed to that at all. But what I just like, you wanted me to record,
trying to make me feel better.
Yeah, and I just wanted to look it up, and as soon as I had a chance to fucking look it up with a star map or whatever, I noticed that it was Beetlejuice.
And I did not believe him.
No, she didn't believe me. But I did convince her eventually because
yes, it was, and
it was a proven fact.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, it was the brightest fucking star we've ever seen. And for those of you who are listening, if you don't know what Beetlejuice is, it is like
the biggest
fucking star that we have been able to view from Earth. And that motherfucker makes our sun look like a fucking
dust pellet,
like an atom, not even a dust pellet, like an atom.
And it's named Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
like how awesome is that?
So what I remember, I could be a little bit off here, but what I remember when I looked into what it is, it like if that star was in the position of our sun, its corona, so the outer atmosphere of the sun, would be between Venus and Earth. That's how big the fucking star is. It's fucking stupid. It's like the radius is like 7 light minutes fucking long.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
And we got to see it, and what tripped me out, and the reason why I didn't necessarily believe you, is because it was like, we're out here all the time looking at the stars and looking up and everything, and we haven't seen this before. It was the brightest, like, so at first I thought it was like an asteroid coming towards us.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it could be that, or it could be fucking like some motherfuckers bombing us. Alberta's got oil.
Yeah, I know.
And I was losing it. And then I was pissed off at him. But then once he's like, because he got mad at me, he's like, would you fucking shut up? All right, let's go in the house.
No, I didn't even say that. I just said, what you need to do, first of all, is stop looking at the fuking sky and just watch a movie with me.
Yeah, and I was trying so hard. And I was like laying there while he was trying to get the movie done. And I'm fucking like looking. I was like, I'm not going to look. I'm looking, not going to look. And then he's like, we should just go inside.
Yeah.
And like, that was a good idea.
Yeah, and then because the star map fucking showed me that was Beetlejuice. But it was kind of like, because I was moving fast, so she didn't believe me. But then I later looked it up, and like for sure, that's like from our perspective, that's where it would be in the sky. Yeah. And I think the reason why we haven't noticed it before is because it's typically visible like around sunrise in the last few hours of the night.
Oh yeah, usually when we're outside around sunrise, we're having sex.
Yeah. And it's like at the horizon, like not too far from the horizon, right? So
that actually makes a lot of sense. See, because I still, up until just now, had a little bit of doubt. I was like, he's just trying to make me feel better. I don't know, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay.
So Beetlejuice,
and obviously we're not fucking dead by an asteroid.
Yeah. And like I tried telling you that night too, like there's so many fucking agencies who are like non-stop on the watch for all near-Earth objects.
Those motherfuckers aren't gonna tell us shit. You gotta watch that movie, Don't Look Up.
No, whatever. Whether they do or whether they don't doesn't matter, but like
I'm gonna look up.
I think there's not just fucking like government agencies, there's fucking so many amateur astronomers out there.
Yeah, no, you're right. Even fucking like SETI and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll trust those fuckers.
But
yeah.
So
okay.
So that time it wasn't that bad of a trip. Like it only lasted like all of maybe fucking 20 minutes.
I felt like that's like what keeps me from a bad trip using those particular mushrooms is like moving around outside.
Yeah.
If I sit in the room and we're like trying to watch something or whatever, then I lose my shit because it's happened twice and it's bad.
So I don't dislike that strain.
No, it's awesome.
I'll
It is
never-
an amazing fucking learning thing.
Yeah, I'll never buy it again. And if I did have it, no, like there's so many other options, and like
Yeah.
that one was, there was always like it became challenging. And if I did have it, I wouldn't spend money on it. But if I did have it, I would probably try just taking like a 1 or 2 gram dose instead of the higher dose. It is a strong strain.
Definitely, because it like penis envy, it's a very strong strain, and I definitely will not ever give my father such a strong strain ever again.
And like,
Sorry, Dad.
I'm glad that like Brennan didn't come before we ran out of that, because
he no, I don't want him to experience that, like
not right
off
yet
the bat.
anyways. Like it's all something that can be managed and stuff, and it's like it's a
great learning experience and everything like that, but it's something that should be experienced from like somebody who has gone through a lot of them.
Yeah,
and stuff, not like at the beginning, because it'll scare the shit out of
I
you.
I know Brennan has had his fair share of challenging trips as well.
Yeah, well, I used to, when I was like, up until like I met you and stuff, I told you, I said, every time I've taken shrooms, I've gone on a bad trip. And it was the dumbest little thing. Like my little brother told me, like, because I was drunk and really, really high once, and he's like, you look like you're dead, because I was pale. And I went into the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I do look like I'm dead. And that fucked up my entire trip. But then,
a couple puffs? Sorry.
Yeah. But then, like, you were telling me how, like, easy it is, or how you learn to control your trip, which helped me to do it. And, like, I've been definitely better at it. Like, I can do it now, but something as intense as those mushrooms?
Yeah. Well, like each experience is like a notch on your belt, right? And we're like,
you got to make sure that whatever experience you have, whether it's good or bad, you got to look at it as, what is it trying to teach me? Because all of them are trying to teach you something.
That is such a fucking...
And it's really important to like review that experience and try to integrate and think about it afterwards.
That's such a vital point that you just made, and I'm not even talking about mushroom trips. That should be your outlook on life for every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Whatever happens to you, good or bad, what can you take from it?
Especially the bad experiences, because most people are like, they go into kind of like a victim mode, like, this happened to me, oh my God, I can't believe it, like it's like a personal attack on them.
Right.
And in reality, it's not a personal attack, it's actually an opportunity to learn something so that you can grow and evolve.
Yeah.
And
it's a
that
catalyst.
knowledge of that really helps, like, you be like okay with the negative thing that happened.
It actually
and
makes
then you can keep going.
In like with time, it makes those negative experiences less negative.
Especially with severe trauma.
Yeah, and less like emotionally impactful for you, because you will like it's easy enough looking at it after the fact as something that you learn from, but if you can see it, or if you can see that it's going to be a lesson for you as it's happening or before it happens, then it won't affect you nearly as fucking harshly as it would have without that awareness. And that's such a beautiful thing. I'm so happy you brought that up. And like that's something that Bashar, I believe we spoke about him before.
I think so.
In the first episode we did. Yeah. That's something that he always preaches too. Like, everything that you go through is a catalyst.
A catalyst for your personal growth.
Yeah.
It's a catalyst for something positive, not something negative. Even if you feel like the experience that you're having is negative and you don't like it and it's causing like bad emotions in yourself, it's for a positive reason.
Right.
And that really helps you kind of like deal with it and kind of go with it in a more healthy manner, I guess.
And because everything, literally fucking everything happens for a reason and is by design.
Yeah.
And I know people are gonna fucking harp at me and be like, well, what about people who get raped and what about murderers and all this shit? Listen.
By design.
That is by design, and like this fucking leads me. It's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about next, briefly, because I want to go back. There was more that I wanted to say about the other shit that we were just talking about, but so I just want to share with you guys a summary of our belief systems. My belief system for sure, and I as far as I know, you are on the same page with all that shit.
I mean, as far as you know, probably. Well, we've been together for long enough.
Right,
I'm sure
but
you know.
we change and like, but whatever. So what I want to say, just to like solidify that whole everything happens for a reason, everything is fucking by design. Our belief system, it has come together over a lifetime of shit and a lot of different factors and like information from every different fucking possible angle,
and a lot of hell that we now have come to appreciate.
Right, but the main source of our belief system, like we came to this realization fucking in 2019 or 18 when we discovered the law of one, and I know we started talking about that with you guys before.
Yeah.
But I want to describe it a little bit better to you guys so you understand exactly what it is. And I know we talked about how it's a research group who channels an entity. Forget about all that, okay? Like I said that last time, just take it for the information that it is.
Yeah.
And so basically, the belief is that the universe in itself is infinite, and it is constantly in a process of evolution. All parts of the universe are always evolving,
learning,
right, and growing. And so God, that word God is a word that I steer away from.
Creator.
Yeah, but like, so
source.
God, the source, the creator, and the universe are all interchangeable for me. They all mean the same thing to me. Literally the exact same thing. So yeah, we know that the universe is infinite. At least I believe it is, and not only do I believe it, but like astronomers and everything are finding some very hardcore evidence to support that theory.
Yeah, scientists have proved it. They've even had great strides recently about like proving multiple dimensions and everything like that, especially with like quantum entanglement and all that stuff. So essentially, that's how it is.
Yeah, and we know for a fact that the universe is expanding. And when you think about the definition of infinite, that kind of makes it so that expansion isn't possible. So it's a bit of a paradox, but we do know that the universe is expanding, and that fucking is that can be likened to our consciousness.
Well, a lot of people take the concept of infinity and, you know, they see the infinity symbol and then their brain automatically kind of sees a limit to it. But if they think about actual infinity, there is no limit to it.
By definition. And that's something that I definitely want to dive into really deep with everyone, because infinity is a fucked up concept. And it keeps me up at night for real.
I know it does.
Like, if the universe is infinite, and I do believe it is, then there are an infinite number of me's and all of you's all doing infinite things.
Yeah, like
just like a MindFux. So
you could walk through the door, and instead of walking into the bedroom, you could decide to walk into the kitchen. Just that decision alone will split a whole different freaking timeline,
a whole different universe,
and it will have just the tiniest little decisions. And it's like almost like if you look at like a map of like brain neurons, how they keep like expanding and stuff like that. It's like that.
It's
and
absurd.
It keeps going and going and going.
One dust particle being out of place creates an entirely new fucking universe. So it's
choices matter.
Yeah, it'll fuck with your head if you think about it. But anyways, so the universe is a mechanism that, and like I know I just said that the universe and God or the source are interchangeable, but like just bear with me here. The universe is a mechanism that the source or the creator had fucking put into place so that it can experience itself. And that's what we are. Not just us, but the whole universe, but we are an expansion or an extension of the source or God. Living out these experiences and taking it back to God so it can fucking be aware of what it does. And
that's why it says like in the Bible and like many other religions where it says like we are a part of God, or we are God, or whatever. And it like there's a lot of like metaphorical stuff that in religious texts, but that is honestly it's literal.
Yeah.
Because so God or the creator or whatever just like split it himself or itself into an infinite amount of parts, and we all go and experience every single little thing. We stub our toe or we don't stub our toe, and we bring all of that back so that the source or whatever can experience every single thing. If you were sitting there as a freaking person in nothingness, just bored as hell, I would do the exact same thing.
Right. And so another like really fucking amazing part of the beliefs that come out of the law of one is, so the universe is the source. It created the universe, and it's an illusion of a finite experience. Our lives are finite, but
our lives are, our souls are not.
Right. Well, it's an illusion.
Yeah.
And what backs that whole fucking concept up is the whole evidence of the fucking simulation theory. People are able to find proof that this is an illusion, and that's what fucking the law of one has been saying this whole fucking time. So I buy that for sure.
Yeah, I've seen my cat. Like, if you've ever seen the videos of like animals and they just like glitch out and they freeze like mid-step or like whatever, it is the creepiest thing ever. And I've seen my cat do it, and it's so crazy. And I've known people who have like kind of like they see a glitch in almost like if you have like a dead pixel on your TV, but they see that like in like space in front of them.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but that's because the veil is breaking down.
Right. But like, so without like I said earlier, like without fucking the source breaking the universe or whatever, creating the universe as an illusion, it would not be able to experience itself. And the way that our lives, or each one of us who are incarnate or whatever, not even just who are incarnate, but all fucking souls. All existence, all souls, the way that they bring these experiences back to the source is through evolution. And we evolve on along what the law of one calls seven densities. No, the octaves are different universes, right?
Yeah.
So we evolve along the 7 densities, and there's also a fucking inherent belief that all things in the universe are conscious.
Yeah.
Every fucking atom, every element, every fucking molecule, every rock, every fucking...
There have been studies that like that show this. Like I've read into where a woman went through a QHHT session, and she was like an ant floating down a river, and she ended up falling off a leaf
Mhm.
and she drowned. Or people are rocks, or they ask to be trees because it's just like they feel such a connection with nature and they love it. And yeah, literally anything can have
All things.
all things can have consciousness, because
Not
if it
can,
has,
it does.
yes. If it has, like, if you can see it, it does. And
Right. And so just a quick, like, she's in the bedroom, offshoot area, like the tangent about QHHT. I just want to briefly tell you guys what that is. That's Dolores Cannon's method of hypnosis that she uses to take people on not just past life regressions, but to communicate with the higher self.
Between life, and also like just any lifetime they have, higher self,
What does
ETs,
QHHT? What's the
quantum healing hypnosis technique?
There you go.
Which I want to learn so bad.
Yeah, it's a fucking beautiful thing. I love Dolores Cannon. Fucking rest in peace.
She's like a hero of mine, honestly.
Yeah. Her books are amazing. Yeah. But anyway, so the 7 densities. The first, I'm just gonna like briefly explain what each density is so that you guys have an understanding. The first density is physical and energetic existence, and it consists of minerals, elements, and like fundamental energies,
like earth, air, fire, water, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. The second, and so those things are all fucking conscious, right? And they evolve to the second density, and this is proven. These minerals and all these fucking elements and everything, they all come together, and that's what creates us, and that's what creates fucking animals. Anyways, the second density is also a physical existence, and it is made up of plants and animals.
Yeah, like where like the minerals, such as the minerals that make up a rock in second density will coalesce to make up the physical rock.
Yeah.
Instead of
right.
Yeah.
And so I just want to quickly go back and see, because you said something earlier that I remembered, and I don't want to like
forget it,
blaze over it. But what was it about? No, I lost it. Whatever. So
that's such a me thing to do.
I know. The third density is the density that we are right now inhabiting, but we are at the very end of it. Here, just use that.
Okay. Well, wait, but before you go into that, I just want to talk about where when it comes to animals and pets.
Yeah.
So pets are at the like the higher level of second density, where like us as like pet owners or whatever, that love that we give them, the names we give them, it gives them a personal identity that allows them to graduate to third density, where they can take on a human form and stuff like that. So our pets and everything like that are very, very important, and connection with them and care for them and giving them their own individual identity is extremely important, because that's what they're there for, to and they'll be able to evolve. And many of your pets are actually like guides for you.
Yeah.
And they're there for you all the time.
Most pets.
And Shadow definitely is that.
Yeah, and if you give your pets love, those pets, when they do pass away, their next incarnation, their soul's next incarnation will be that of either human or
third density
being, which is like, that's when you have self-awareness and are able to like communicate and
interact and build relationships and stuff like that.
Right.
And which is every density's goal is to evolve to the next density.
Yeah.
And there's the wild animals and stuff like that is kind of in I guess the lower end of the second density. But when it comes to a pet and how the human treats the pet, that makes them on the higher end.
Right.
And they're able to graduate to the next one.
Right. And so the word that the Law of One uses for that graduation, they call it the harvest. If you want your pet, or not if you want, like enable for your pet to harvest into the third density, that's on you. You need to give them the love and the identity that is required to make it to the next density.
Yeah, so that they know that they're a being in of themselves.
Right.
They are a part of a family, a tribe,
a community. Yeah.
Yes. And so they know that, they have a place within it instead of kind of like just like a blanket kind of thing.
Right. Just fucking,
existing.
Living. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so anyways, the third density is also physical. That's the one that we are in right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it consists of fucking humanity, but not just humans.
Duality.
Yeah, not just humans though, like all beings who are incarnate. Like there's life on other planets. They may not be human, but they are of third density. They're like us. There's
a self-awareness and individuality.
Right, and they have like she said, duality. There's the feminine and masculine.
The yin yang thing. That's what the whole purpose of third density is to experience the duality. You can't appreciate the love if you don't know the opposite, kind of thing.
You can't appreciate the good if you don't have the bad. And so the first three densities they make up what is called the spirit essence. And so right now humanity is at the very tip of third density, about to evolve into the fourth density.
Yeah. The planet planet Earth has already kind of taken that shift.
Yeah.
And a lot of humanity also has, and we're kind of waiting for, the rest of the people to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, at least, I've noticed for the last couple of years, I've noticed a great progression in that. A lot of people go into fear about all the crazy shit that's happening in the world.
Right.
But the crazy shit that's happening in the world it needs to be crazy for everybody to freaking break it down and evolve through it.
Just like we said earlier, everything that happens is a lesson, a catalyst, and that's what all this bullshit is. Yeah. It does look bleak,
but it's for a great purpose.
And fucking Tech9 says it fucking best. He's like, it's gonna get a little dark and dirty before we get to the brightness.
That's right.
So
yep.
That's what has to happen. And I just want to quickly say something
here.
That
fucker's a philosopher.
Right.
Oh my god.
So for third density, what Ra is the entity that they channel in the Law of One. What he considers third density beings is a mind, body, spirit complex, because we consist of those three factors: our mind, our bodies, and our spirit. And our spirit is like our true selves.
And we need to evolve into a social memory complex. We need connections.
A social memory complex is
fourth density.
A bit higher up.
It's supposed to be fourth.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah, okay, you're right. Anyways, but I just wanted to say before we move on to the fourth one is that, so there's this, our progression, once we pass away, and if we're not harvesting or graduating to the next density, then we have these choices. And like karma is definitely a real thing that goes on, and they talk about it in the Law of One. But there's no negative path, and there's no good path or positive path. What there is there's service to self, and service to others. Yeah. And if you live a life of service to self, then you will have to fucking suffer the consequences, basically. Yeah.
So you have to decide essentially if you want to commit to the service of self path, and then if you can graduate to fourth density, you will end up incarnating in a service to self incarnation. FYI, you think of hell? That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go down that path.
Yeah.
Because so the goal is to make it to seventh density, and then from there, like we'll get to that point. But
Yeah.
if you fucking like crystallize as a service to self being, you cannot make it past
fifth density. Yeah,
exactly.
You can't.
You just then you have to fucking go back and start at the beginning. So
yeah, because essentially, no matter which pathway somebody chooses after fifth density, they have no choice to either go through the process again or change to service to others,
Right.
because
after,
God or God creator, whatever, is love.
Yeah,
and so no
light.
matter what, that's what's gonna happen, whether it has to go through. So do you want to go through that progression of freaking incarnations of hell or anything, or do you want to, like, and the big thing is for graduation to fourth density is the opening of the heart chakra.
Right.
That is required.
Yeah, I missed that. So the 7 densities, fucking, like, it's a coincidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 chakras, and the first density is the root chakra, the red. The second is the orange.
Yeah.
And then the third is the yellow. And then the fourth, like she said, is the green, the heart chakra. So
yeah. So if the whole fourth density, when you graduate from third to fourth density, your next incarnation or whatever will be one of, you will go to a place of love. The fifth one, which is the one I'm so excited about,
wait. Yeah. Before we even get to the fourth, I just want to say one more thing. So those service to self souls or entities, there is a necessary, they play a necessary role in the universe, and like there's a reason why they are there. Like we said before,
we wouldn't have catalysts if it wasn't for that.
Right, there would be no such thing as positive. So those motherfuckers are necessary, unfortunately. And if you're listening to this, you're probably not one of those motherfuckers.
But also, like, there is there's a lot of entities who are kind of like teetering on the edge. Right? They can go one way or the other. A lot of it, especially in our society, depends on, life circumstances and stuff like that, which I think is really important when it comes to dealing with somebody who you feel is just a fucking asshole. And you can, the smallest thing that you do, you could just smile at them or whatever, just make them feel like they're recognized or whatever. That could tip the balance. You never know. And so there's no harm in doing that.
Right. And like, I want to just point this out very fucking clearly. In order to graduate as a service to self or negative entity, you have to work fucking hard and be a really bad person to make it to the next density. But if you want to graduate from third to fourth as a service to others or a positive soul, positive entity, you only need to 51% of your choices in life need to be service to others. I think it's 95% service to self to do it that way.
Yeah, there are many entities who society has deemed completely evil, who haven't even went to the service to self because everybody sees them as evil, but they thought in their soul, in their heart, they thought that they were doing what was best, what was good.
Interestingly enough, Adolf Hitler, he did not graduate as a negative or evil entity or service to self. He truly believed in his heart that he was helping his people and doing right. Therefore,
he's sitting in essentially what a lot of people think of as like a purgatory, where it's an extended period of healing and reflection. So he's kind of in a limbo. So it's still like punishment because he was a dick, but it wasn't. He didn't do those things out of pure evil. However, who's that fucker?
Genghis Khan.
Thank you.
That motherfucker is pure evil.
Gonzo.
He graduated as a fucking dick.
And very happily.
Yeah. And so, like, like I said earlier, there's consequences. So even if you are still service to self, if you make really fucking fucked up poor decisions, you will pay for it. There's no getting around it. So we'll move on now to fourth density.
Hold on. Okay. So one thing that like gets me that I know is gonna suck, and I think a lot of people know is gonna suck, is like, so when people die, they do the life review, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think they just kind of, it's like a screen that just goes and shows their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. What it is it shows like significant parts of their life, and in the parts where they have done something that really hurts another person, they have to sit there and they feel like emotionally, mentally, everything that person felt.
Yeah.
And it really changes a lot of people. So I think it's important to kind of try to remember that when you're kind of angry or whatever or anything like that, because the way that your anger is making another person feel is likely way more profound than the tiny little anger you feel.
Yeah.
And when you die, you're gonna feel that shit, and it's gonna suck. So
yeah,
don't.
And that reminds me of the conversation we had in the second episode that we made. How I told you guys to be more mindful of the way that you are communicating with people, because what you are communicating has absolutely fucking nothing to do with what you think. It's how people receive it. So,
and we have had that exact kind of issue the last couple days, where communication versus perception has caused issues.
Yeah,
and
we're not perfect.
Yeah,
and like we're learning too, and that's what we said before. And like
we're learning with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm talking weird because of my tongue ring. I'm not that drunk, I promise.
Anyways, like we fucking fuck, I lost it again. Whatever. I'm just gonna move on. So the fourth density is variable physicality. That's the existence, and like take it for what it is. That's kind of like you're kind of physical, but you can
like the astral realm.
Yeah, the astral plane, stuff like that.
Yeah, lower and higher astral. Both of those are fourth.
Right, and it consists of some extraterrestrial entities that are like non-physical energy beings or something, or maybe
that's
not energy
where I guess ghosts would be,
ghosts and
things like that.
entities like demons and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the fourth density, and it's like she said, it's based off of the heart chakra, so it's
the density of love. That's the learning for fourth. Like the third density is the learning of the duality and everything like that. Fourth density is the learning of love and everything like that.
Right, I think second density is duality, isn't it? And then the third density is about like group. I could be wrong.
No, group. That's the third chakra, but that's
why I said that, because like the first chakra is like identity and like anyway, whatever.
Survival.
Don't listen to me.
We'll figure it out. We're learning together.
Fifth density is a pure energy existence. No. Shut up. Just wait.
Okay.
So it's a pure energy existence, and it consists of like the soul nexus. It consists of light beings and angels and those types of entities.
Yes, but like I'm not. But like angels, light beings, and stuff like that, a lot of them. So that's where I guess the minimum level would be. But they can exist in many freaking densities.
Right.
So much, and like even like the Z's, they exist in music.
I think the Z's are sixth density, aren't they?
I think so, but I could
I'll get to that. So like the fifth and fourth density are what are considered the soul essence, and then so next is the sixth density, and that's consists of unified thought forms. And that's why I think that disease are sixth density.
Yeah.
So it it's a collective, like not it is there the existence in that density is compiled of different collectives and energies of like it could be a whole planet that has come together and is all on the same wavelength.
Yeah, it's like they're all like if you think of it as like they're all connected by wires, but they're still they still have their individual parts, but they're all connected together, and they can merge and stuff like that as they want. And one thing that we are supposed to hopefully achieve in order to completely graduate through third density is something that like we're all supposed to be able to do, and which is like telepathy. So if you look at if you've had a partner for a long time and you'll say something and they'll be like, I was just thinking that. Like that happens all the time. Or if you listen to the telepathy tapes where like people with autism can do that with their parents or loved ones. Trying to work on that's a very, very important evolutionary process for us.
Right, and it happens naturally because like she was just saying earlier, when I was we were sitting outside the pharmacy and we were just having a talk. We stopped for a break because I was carrying a bunch of fucking groceries home. And anyways, like
he didn't let me carry any. I offered.
No. Anyways, I was about to tell her that I think what had happened the other day was the whole ego death thing, and before I spoke those words, she heard them in her head. And that shit happens to us fucking
constantly,
daily,
all the time. We're like, well, what? Like one of us will say something, like we'll both think something. One of us is just like, okay, I just thought it, but the other person will say it, and it's just like, I was just thinking that, or the other day, like the exact same stuff, and it's not even like just finishing each other's sentences because we know what we're gonna say, but it's so much more. It's in the mind.
Random fucking out there shit that couldn't just be guessed. There was no guessing involved.
What was it the other day? It was something about like a doctor's appointment or something like that.
I'm not sure. It happens all the time. Like all the fucking time. And so like we like that proves that telepathy is real, and like I don't know if you guys need proof to believe
that's something
it or not.
that's
your
inherent.
Problem, not fucking mine.
That's something that's supposed to be inherent in us. All we need to do is remember that we can do it,
right?
And then like we'll see it. But if you look at like your loved ones, your mother, your brother, your best friend, or whatever, if you just look at it, you'll see it happen. And when you see it happen, it will increase and stuff like that. Just that awareness builds the muscle,
right? And exactly, it's like a muscle. And but like we're fucking another thing that these experiences prove is that we are energy. We are made up of energy, without a doubt, and that our thoughts have a frequency because there's no other way that we would be able to pass it from one another.
Yeah,
but and that's I'm just
light it or
I will just slow it down. So these densities are an entanglement of light within a certain vibrational frequency or range, and that's what each density is. They are different frequencies.
Yeah.
Anyways, that little tangent you just went on reminded me of what I wanted to say earlier.
Oh, you're welcome.
And so, one thing that I have kept seeing over the last week or so, because what we're basically doing on our free time is we're researching all the stuff that we've been through before, as well as taking in new information that we haven't learned yet.
Yeah.
And while I was looking at the stuff that I've already learned and then also watching new stuff, I keep hearing from all different sources that death is an illusion, and that I've already known that. That's been a belief that I've had for a very long time. at least 5 years.
But
6
it's
years.
bringing it into your like frontal awareness kind
Right.
of thing. Yeah.
From
Like
every fucking different angle.
Yeah.
And like it's been deep within my subconscious for like 6 years now at least, and I have no fear of death whatsoever because of it. But because I know that we will continue on, and that all of our loved ones that have passed are there waiting for us for sure.
Yeah. You know what? Like that just I don't know. That brings me to the whole like that whole like where I had this like really deep conviction that I couldn't let you not exist. And it's weird because now that I'm thinking about it, I felt like if like you stopped existing in this life, it would like make you like I guess regress so far down that you wouldn't your energy wouldn't be there.
No, what would happen was I would just have to fucking go through all this same bullshit again.
But not just that, like you would fucking start from like instead of starting from 3, you start from 1, and it, like I don't
potential like
it was weird because I felt like I couldn't let you just like puff out like somebody blew out a candle.
Right, and she's talking about when I was struggling with my addiction and fucking brushing with death on the daily, and like she's a fucking angel. Her and my mom and Vernon and Shelby, oh, you guys saved my life. Kenny too, and like, but Jordan was right there the whole fucking time, and she made sure that I did not fucking leave this world, and you guys all owe her. Because of it, but you guys were there too, and you guys helped a lot also. So I think I discussed the 5th one. So the 6th density.
The fifth density according to Law of One is supposed to be knowledge, learning, and stuff like that. You are still there's still a physical body if you so choose.
Right.
Kind of thing. That's what I'm excited for. I like libraries.
Yeah, and is that the density where dualism is no longer a thing? Like masculine and feminine doesn't exist. It's all just one.
I think that's 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into that then. 6 is like pure energy, and it consists of unified thought forms, and that's a fucking heavy, like it's a dense concept to try to grasp. Yeah. Maybe you can shed some light on it.
Well, like so, and I mean, I know I have a hard time with this, and I know I shouldn't, which sucks. Is like so the whole like if you look at say many angels or whatever, Archangel Michael, he looks like a man, but he's like an effeminate man and kind of thing like that.
Lucifer too.
And yeah, Lucifer too, like a lot of the angels and stuff like that. And what does happen is pretty early on is gender doesn't become a factor. Because I am in 3rd density and I have my I guess like upbringing and stuff like that and stuff in my head, I have a hard time kind of like with the whole, you know, not transgender, but the merging of genders kind of thing. However, I know that the fact that that's happening means there's a progression of like a planetary progression.
Right. And like I want to actually say something about that too, because like I don't really have any problems with it, because like I've fucking listening to Aaron Abke, and like shout out to Aaron Abke. He's a great guy. You guys should check him out. He's a YouTuber. Fucking props to him. He's a brilliant spiritual leader, mentor, whatever. Yeah. He talks about, and I'm not sure where he gets this particular bit of information. It could very well be from the Law of One. He also, there's 2 spiritual teachings that he is like diehard fucking follower of, and Law of One is one, and the other is A Course in Miracles. And
I have yet to dive into Course in Miracles.
I started, and we'll have a whole episode on that, because it's fucking brilliant. But it is like kind of Christian based, like religion based.
Well, he before he went into kind of the spirituality thing, he was a youth pastor for a
I'm not
Christian
talking
church.
about like he's definitely Christian.
So that's why
And he's
he
a
has a lot of that.
huge follower of Christ, but I'm talking about A Course in Miracles is Christian based. But anyways, we have, as human beings or third density fucking entities, there are traits in all of us that are both masculine and both feminine. So
Yes.
like there's no getting around that, and that's how I was the reason why I brought that up is because you say that you have a hard time kind of perceiving the integration of both, and maybe that'll help you when
Well,
you
like
start to recognize.
I can perceive it. I think the reason why I have like a difficulty is because
Don't go there.
Yeah, no, just the trends and stuff like that, just whatever. But at the end of the
not
day,
a bigot. I'm just
no.
I don't want to say anything
At
that
the end of the day,
upset people.
the little tiny things like they don't matter that much, because I know that whole concept means that the collective is evolving into fourth density, love-based density, which through all of our research shows like a more androgynous, there isn't male, there isn't female and stuff like that. So like I can put those like little freaking icky biases aside, because for the greater good I know that there's like an upward progression that makes me feel good.
Right, and I believe like so there's so many different trends or whatever you want to call it. And I know I'll catch flack for calling them trends, but like there's people out there who are identifying as these different forms of sexuality or whatever, and like
fit in or whatever.
Well, maybe it's not just like there's lots of different reasons. I'm sure,
yes.
like a fucking infinite fucking amount of different reasons, and I don't hold any like discrimination or anything like that.
No,
like I love everybody, period. But so in the Law of One, they talk about star seeds and wanderers. They're these different kinds of souls who are incarnate on Earth in third density, but their souls have already graduated to higher densities.
So they have a really hard time.
Yeah, they definitely struggle, but some of those people, I believe some of the people out there who are of the mindset that they are asexual, or what's that called?
Which one? There's like a bajillion names for bisexual.
No, not bisexual. I said asexual.
Yeah,
like, there is no interest in
anything.
Yeah,
that's asexual. Everything else is like pansexual.
Right. Okay. And so those, I feel like some of those people are definitely souls from a higher density who are incarnate here on Earth, and they just they're
used to. That's what they are.
That's what they are.
And they bring it in.
And they brought it here. So, like, much love for everybody.
Yeah.
Anyways, the last density is the 7th, and it's also pure energy, and it is all objective awareness.
Is that where you become like you go back in like because every soul is kind of trying to bring these lessons through each density up to the creator.
Up to the creator. And so this isn't necessarily where you merge back with the creator, because
I think that's 8. I think that's the last thing.
Because there's really no saying of when that will happen in the Law of One, because after 7 you enter another octave. Which is just like another whole other universe, a whole other set, and you start at first, but things are different there. Like they're not how they are here.
The laws of physics are different. Right. Every experience, there is absolutely zero limit for the experiences each soul can have, and each soul gets to choose, what experience they want to have, where they want to have it. And the cool thing is, and I heard this yesterday and it made me feel a lot better, is like, so the souls who incarnated now at this time, it's not a punishment, it's a reward. The souls who are incarnate right now were chosen for their strength to go through this time of planetary evolution, which has yet to happen, and it has impact throughout the entire universe. So for all the people out there who are like hating their lives and feeling like they have no purpose and everything like that, your purpose is just to be here. Do whatever you can, do nothing, whatever. You're here, your energy is supposed to be here, and like that's more than enough.
And another like really interesting thing is like maybe some of the people listening aren't believers in like extraterrestrials and stuff, but like from all the sources that we take, not all of them, but from most of the sources that we take our information in from, they all say that Earth is like fucking the center of attention of the universe. It's a
very unique and valued planet.
Yeah, and
in our universe, where there's a multiverse, whatever. But in ours, Earth is essential, valued, and every person on it is important.
Yeah, and there are fucking like there are different species of each density that are here observing or getting involved or whatever.
guiding, helping, yeah,
just watching. Like it's insane. So that basically sums up the densities part of our belief systems. And then now I just want to tell you guys like some of the other shit that the Law of One covers, because it's a fucking shit ton of stuff. And on my list I have the science of angels and demons. We kind of talked about that, the starseeds and wanderers. It talks about reincarnation. Obviously, we've already went over that. The harvest, we already went over that.
I just want to say, like, when it comes to like reincarnation and everything like that, free will is a real thing. You get to choose what you want to do and where you want to do it. The only difference is, so yes, there is say a soul decides to incarnate on Earth because there's lessons they want to learn. So they will go through like essentially create a blueprint with their soul family or whatever, and they will decide, okay, so these are the lessons I want to learn. But your free will allows you to take whatever path you want to get to those lessons.
Okay, so can I interject real quick?
Yes, because you're like fighting at it.
I had to fucking stop you. Free will is, for us, for third density beings, it is an illusion. Our souls have free will.
Yes.
But we do have free will to an extent, but it is an illusion, because no matter what you signed up for before you were incarnate on this planet will take place.
Yes.
And so just
however, but like, so say there's like say, okay, you have a list of say 5 things that lessons you really want to learn or whatever, and you go through life and whatever, and you learn 3 of them, but there's 2 of them that you didn't really learn enough to be able to fully integrate and go through. What generally will happen is after somebody passes on, that soul will decide, okay, well, like these 2, I really didn't learn enough, and they will come back again. And usually what will happen is, say those 2 lessons that they really needed to learn, they will create a life for themselves that's a bit harder than the previous one, so that it can make them more likely to learn those lessons.
Right.
So that kind of plays into the rule of karma, kind of.
No, it does for sure. And I want, like, we're definitely gonna fucking touch back on this whole topic of free will another
There's
time,
a lot to get into,
because I need to look at the information one more time to just kind of like refresh my memory, because it's been years since I read this book. Same with her.
I know, I want to read it again really bad.
Yeah, so and then we'll have this debate about free will, because we both kind of argued about it a few times.
And that's a good thing, because like a lot of people will have like differing opinions that might be more aligned with yours or mine, and we can have that debate for them, and then they can take what they want out of it.
I learned so much from arguing with you.
I
It's
know.
real because we get different perspectives and we both have like these different unique outlooks on things, but we also are
We learn a lot though.
yeah.
And that's the coolest thing, honestly, after being together for 12 years and we can sit there and say, like, I love arguing with you. I learned so much.
Like, fuck, when we
Like,
do argue,
yeah.
it's like when like, it sucks in the moment, but afterwards it's like, wow.
Okay, like, yeah, we
That
can have a good
definitely-
discussion. We learn shit.
We learn
Yeah.
from it for sure, and it opens us to new different perspectives. And like for the most part, we both have the same belief systems, but
Yeah.
when you hear another perspective, it only solidifies those things.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, I know it's like for me especially is like, so say we're both like studying the same thing or reading the same book or whatever, and I'll read like a paragraph or whatever, and I get one view out of it that doesn't really feel much value to me,
Mhm.
and I'll talk to you about it,
Yeah.
and you will say it in a different way than is written. And it resonates with me so hard that
Yeah.
it fucking changes everything. It's just the way you, like, the wording or whatever. And it's like, I don't know, like, you can kind of say things to me in a way that will, like, change me.
Yeah, because I know
Like,
how
and
your
it
head
works,
right?
exactly.
And so, like, when we're both taking in the same information, and I hear, like, I notice that something isn't like
It's not
registering with you,
connecting. Yeah.
I get excited because then I'm like, you know what? I know how.
I can tell her. I can
know how
tell
to
her.
make it fucking happen. And know, and like
Yeah.
for the last 3 or 4 days, once I like came across the idea of that whole ego death thing with her challenging trip, I was fucking giddy about it.
He was waiting for
Yeah,
so
I
long
didn't
to
tell
tell
her.
me, and he was like, literally, like, I gotta close the door. I can't talk to you anymore because I'm gonna ruin it.
I wanted the reveal to be organic, and I wanted
Yeah.
it to be in an episode. But then, like today, I was just like, hey, you know what? I think we need to just go over this now because there was some miscommunication and stuff that was happening. So,
But I think
whatever.
it still
It's
worked
still
out
what-
well,
yeah.
like, for this, because I was worried that it was just gonna be like a, reading a script kind of
No,
thing
no,
or
no.
whatever,
And,
and,
like,
we
there's
were
still-
able to have a good organic conversation
Right,
with.
and honestly, like after I'm done talking about the rest of this law of one shit, I want to go back to the whole ego thing and share some stuff with you and with Brendan.
Yeah, because I haven't looked that much into like ego death and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure you've looked into it a bit more than I have. So
and
I am
we'll-
really interested in
yeah.
that.
We'll get there. So what did I talked about the harvest? We did it.
Yes.
We already covered that. Love and light and sexual energies. They cover all that stuff in the law of one.
Kundalini.
Yeah, the Kundalini and the chakra system is a huge one. The veil of forgetting.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's it's a unique thing for the third density. And that's basically every time we incarnate in a body, it comes with that veil of forgetting and we forget about our souls. After
we
this,
can't remember past lives, stuff like that. Essentially, when we are born, we're born with a perceived blank slate,
Mhm.
and that way, like, there's many reasons for that veil, but one of them is so that our experiences, our emotions, everything is very, very unique to us, very organic,
and
so that it can be brought back to the creator.
it
However,
makes room for the illusion of free will.
yes.
But after we graduate from third density, like from fourth all the way on, there is no more forgetting. You remember everything that your soul's been through, all the lives that came before it,
Yeah.
even your first density lifetimes when you were a fucking mineral or a rock.
Essentially, you're smart as shit and it's fun.
Yeah. And actually, an interesting thing that I heard Bashar say when we were listening to him channel earlier was fucking his people,
Mhm.
they don't have memory.
They know what they know when they need to know it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I love that concept, but it's like hard for me to like kind of like think about, like realize
Right.
that, like what that would be like. I think it's really cool, but I'm very bad for like identifying with my memories and stuff.
Right.
But I think that's beautiful. He's like, it doesn't matter.
The reason why that resonated with me really well, because he also says that there is really no such thing as the past or the future.
No,
There
it's
is
all
only
happening
the
now.
and
Yeah.
everything that ever happened is
Mhm.
happening right fucking now. So how could you have memories if
it's still occurring?
right, exactly.
I like that. So they always used to have the analogy of the film strip, right?
Yeah.
But what really got me to one of the things that got me to wrap my mind around everything occurring now is, instead of looking at things like say like a Polaroid freaking camera and there's Gen Z, you're not gonna know.
Mhm.
Okay, but like this, so there's 1 and there's 2 and there's 3 and there's 4 and it just gets pulled and it goes really fast. But for me, what helped is looking at it in this way, more horizontal, and that way I could see it is all happening at once in its own kind of density.
Yeah.
And and I really want to say this because the idea that time is real and everything like that, it was really hard for me to wrap my brain around it. But I was watching a show the other day, and this guy got me to wrap my brain around a crazy concept, and he said, so time requires mass, weight, and motion.
Mhm.
If you don't have those things, time has no effect. So when somebody has, say, a near-death experience, when their spirit leaves the body, they don't have the mass, the weight of the body, or anything like that. So there is no time for them, and they can go and have a near-death experience, which could feel like 3 weeks, and they get resuscitated back into the body, and it's been 3 minutes, and it or abductions or whatever, and it really screws with a lot of people. But that really helped me wrap my brain around the whole concept of time is kind of just a construct of the third density illusion.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist past that.
And that tangent brings me back to our last episode where I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I had a different opinion about what we were saying than you did, and I was actually able to change your opinion just simply by saying how all it fucking takes is one simple sentence, and then something clicks, a point clicks with people, and
and it flips like that. That it's I'm not sure what it is, but it's a cognitive thing, especially at least what I know from my own personal experience. A cognitive connection, a strong connection with another person, where you can read a sentence and they can read a sentence and they can freaking say it back to you in their own way, and then it clicks.
That's perception.
Is just because
perspective. Sorry.
I think it's more than perspective. It's I don't know, as if I spoke a different language, and you say I spoke Russian and you spoke English, and we were looking at the same sentence, and then all of a sudden, and I was trying to figure out what you were reading, and I couldn't figure it out, but then you said it to me in the language I knew, and then it clicked.
Yeah.
And it's that happens a lot with Aaron Abke and Lee Harris, who channels disease.
Yeah.
Where it's it's concepts I already know, but he'll put it in a way that takes it from
knowing
just a knowing. Yes. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
So the next thing, and it's also just the third density fucking construct, is the shadow, and that's something that they talk about in the Law of One. They talk about balancing your spirit and balancing fucking everything.
I have a thing about the shadow that we'll discuss probably in a different episode. I have theories on that one.
Yeah, and I got some too. So that's a deep tangent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they talk about balancing your spirit, balancing your sexual energies, and your chakras and all that shit. They talk about how the negative entities have their role in the universe, like we were saying.
Catalysts.
Right.
They're catalysts for change.
They talk about UFOs Alright, so unfortunately our microphones just died, and Shelby, thank you so much for buying those for us. And last time that this happened, you asked me if they died really fast, and I told you no. And they don't. I don't even think they were fully charged.
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't charge them all the way.
Yeah, so
they're awesome. Thank you.
yeah,
Still.
an hour and a half, so that was great. Anyways, where I got cut off was just before I started talking about how the Law of One also talks very deeply about UFOs, extraterrestrials, paranormal entities, all the fringe theories and stuff like that.
Goes highly in depth and like makes you like understand it not just on a like a conscious, but like it scientifically explains how it's possible and everything like that. So it's really helpful.
Yeah, and I've mentioned this a few times. The entity that is channeled, it goes by the identification as Ra, R-A, and it's not just like a single individual. It's like
it's a collective.
A collective.
A lot of people would know them as the Anunnaki.
No, they're not the Anunnaki.
No, I think so.
No. Okay, so hang on. We're gonna fucking dive into that another time.
Okay.
I'm gonna refresh Jordan's memory, and we're both gonna read up about it so we can talk more in depth about it.
Yeah.
But because you were just saying it got cut off in the recording, but you were saying how that they're the Brothers of Sorrow is kind of
the
what...
Brothers and Sisters of Sorrow,
right,
as a they are known as that as a karmic payment for what they allowed to happen on Earth from when they were here. What the and the priests at the time distorted their message,
okay,
and they felt like it was their fault.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna dive deeper into that, because so when Ra did visit Earth back, they visited the Egyptians and the Southern American tribes.
Yeah.
So the Anunnaki was here fucking millions of years before that. So those are two different things.
Yeah, they were mining gold.
Right, they're what created the Homo sapiens. So
yeah,
we'll go down that path another time. But so that basically kind of sums up the Law of One, but there's so much more to it. There's 5 books, and
they are free if you go on to the it's called LL Research website
.org.
Yes, you can download their books for free. There's many of them. There's 5 for the Law of One specifically. There's a few others. And they're great. Well worth it.
Yeah.
Do not let the 50-page intro of the first book deter you. I've tried to share it with so many people, and they're like, I can't get through the intro.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that in the first episode that we did. But
yeah,
what I want to
skip it even.
Yeah,
like,
what I want to say is, like, when I started reading it, it was a while ago, and my vocabulary wasn't nearly as fucking diverse as it is now. But all I did was sat there with a fucking dictionary and reread things, and just, like, it made sense to me. And if I can fucking do it, you guys can definitely do it.
Dictionary.com has an app.
Yeah.
Many apps.
And, like, with AI these days, fuck, man, you can just dump, like, a chapter into AI, and it'll just fucking feed it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
In
they could read it. AI could read it to you in Eminem's voice if that's what you do. But seriously,
and dumb it down for you.
yeah. But it's really
not that hard.
mind-blowing, and it's important. And a big thing about it is, like, I used to have, like, a really deep fear of, like, death.
Mm-hmm.
And that is absolutely gone. Mm-hmm. And I felt like, I even talked to my grandmother about it, who is coming up to her 80s and stuff like that. I talked to her about the Law of One and Dolores Cannon and stuff like that, and that made her feel better.
Let's sit up a bit so we're talking loud enough for the camera. Anyways, and like I've tried to share it with a lot of people. I know Brennan 2 years ago. I wrote him this fucking really long email, and you should reread it. I'll dig that up for you if you can't find it. But anyways, it's just a fucking brilliant thing. And when we discovered it, I wasn't looking to change my belief system or anything. I was just looking for something fucking cool.
How did you even find it?
So I was just, like I said, I started on the path. I found mindfulness first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing that, and then I discovered Joe Dispenza and the Monroe Gateway thing.
Yep.
And then that just kind of led me down the path of channeling, and then that's
Google clicks and shit.
yeah. Basically, it just it came. You know, like anybody who ever needs a lesson, it will come to you exactly when you need it, for sure.
Yeah.
Every
So
time.
if you're watching this video, it's because it's coming to you when you need it.
It's your fucking time.
promise.
And like, I ain't trying to convince anybody of anything. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind about anything or give my beliefs to people. I don't give a fuck if any of you believe me.
No, all we ask is like, just look into it. Just read, even when it comes to, like we said, last episode or whatever, when it comes to the stars. Don't believe us. Go outside. Look up.
Yeah, they're there.
Come up with your
They've
own
always been there.
conclusions. That's what bothers me a lot, is like, I want people to come up with their own conclusions based on their own observations,
Yeah.
not the narratives that they hear from family or news or TV and stuff like that. Because what I have noticed is that the things that I have experienced, seen for myself, conclusions I have came to, is vastly different from the things that I get told.
Right.
And the things that I get told that's other people's stuff. That's not my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want me and my being and my beliefs and everything to be based on me.
And I'm not some fucking conspiracy theorist. I need fucking proof before I will believe something. I'm not just gonna fucking... I don't just believe everything that I hear.
Yeah.
So,
No.
we're skeptics. And we've been convinced, and we're not trying to convince you, we just want you to give it a shot. And the Law of One has been around for like 40 plus years.
Yep.
So, I think it needs more attention. And that's why I really love Aaron Apke, because he preaches that shit. And
Yeah, thank you.
and
for
not just that he preaches it, but he has, like, cause he's fucking listened to the recordings, which you can also get on one of their websites. Like,
on the Log One, yeah, you can get the live recordings. They did do it on a tape recorder. It was the 70s,
The
so
80s.
80s.
Yeah.
yeah, 81, I think, or something
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah, so
the quality is not that great, and it
But-
takes a long time to listen to, but it's okay. Like, it's fucking worth it, or just read it yourself. But what I'm trying to say is, like, Aaron Apke, I love him so much because he's taken the information in every way that he can, and he's come to understand it, and then
he's modernized it for our time.
yeah, and he
and
articulates
delivered
it
it.
so
Yeah.
fucking well. He's a brilliant man. You guys check him out, Aaron Apke.
4D University. He has an app, a website, and everything like that.
4D University.
Yes, highly recommend.
Aaron Apke, AARONABKE. He's a YouTuber. Check him out. Anyways, that kind of wraps up. I just wanted to talk about that shit with you guys, so you guys have an understanding about what it is we believe, because it's really hard to share all the other information that goes on with us without referring to our belief systems.
We need to deliver the foundation of everything before we can deliver everything else. Otherwise, we're just going to confuse everybody and they're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and so here's another thing that I'm actually going to I'm going to repeat this all the fucking time with you guys. Probably almost every episode. But when I am about to present you, or even I say it to Jordan all the time too, especially lately, or anybody, when I'm about to present you with a piece of information, I want you to approach it with a beginner's mind. And
No judgment.
No judgment whatsoever. Forget everything you fucking thought you knew. And, like, just, I'm not trying to convince you. I just want you to listen to what I'm saying with the fucking possibility that it might be true. And just take from it what benefits you.
No preconceived notions. As if you were a 2-year-old
Yeah.
hearing something for the first time.
Yeah.
and then do with that information what you want.
Right. If something I say fucking resonates and benefits you, great. If it doesn't, forget about it.
Let it go.
Something else will. I just want to touch on a couple more things briefly before we wrap this up, because what we initially we were talking about the whole challenging trip that Jordan had, or the few that she's had with that strain of mushrooms. I want to say one thing. We aren't doing these mushrooms, like we both struggled with our own forms of addiction, and myself more so. And I know a lot of people are like, they have that stigmatized belief that mushrooms are like a drug. First of all, they're simply not addictive. But we haven't been doing mushrooms just to have fun.
It's not about, and a lot of, like, both of us went into mushrooms when we were younger just because we wanted to get high and have fun.
Yeah.
But now, when we take them, going into it with the mindset of wanting mind expansion, soul growth, like learning and stuff like that,
awareness,
it has completely changed the mushroom experience.
Yeah, it's not even about having fun anymore. Like, sure, we do have fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have fun, but there's like, we've explained these challenging trips to you, and they're fucking scary, but we still take something fucking so beneficial out of it, right?
I'm really glad I went through it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for anybody, like, yes, I went through these terrifying freaking moments, which, by the way, not common at that level.
I know. Don't let it scare you.
It's not common. Trust me, I've done mushrooms for many, many years, never experienced this. However, as challenging as it was, the fact that I had somebody there with me to let me know, like, I was okay and everything like that, that really helps. So anybody who is trying to go and experiment with mushrooms, have somebody with you.
Yeah,
have like a guide or whatever. Just have a friend with you.
And what I want to say is, like, so we're starting our organization, MorningStar Enlightenment and Wellness is what we're going with, because what we want to do is start a non-profit organization. And with that, we want to help people any way we can, doing public lectures, online courses, our podcast, all sorts of stuff, right? One-on-one mentorship and therapy. Jordan wants to get certified in QHHT, that hypnosis thing. There's so much stuff that we want to do, and we're definitely going to do it all one way or another.
And we feel like, so we have a unique thing to bring to it where, like, the worst parts of a lot of things in life, we've been through it. We freaking soaked in it. It, like, consumed our lives for a really long time. Yeah. And we got through it, and we're happier than ever, closer than ever, and everything. And I really feel like it would be selfish of us to not, impart that on people. Right. And try to help people with it versus, somebody who's going through, like, addiction and trauma and everything like that, going and talking to somebody who read about it in a book. Yeah, that whole regurgitating fucking information, and a lot of that information is nonsense anyways. But I'm going to quote another one of my fucking main mans, Violent J. We've basically fucking hit rock bottom, and then we fell through the hole, and then we fell through the hole of that floor some more. So, if we've been down that fucking deep and have been able to reach this fucking high, any one of you can do it. And we'll help you. We'll help you. And what I want to say is, on top of all of these, like, great fucking forms of, like, therapy and help that we want to provide for people, another one that I do want to eventually provide. I'm not going to, like, jump on it right away, because it may be difficult to get funding if I take this approach, but I do want to offer trip guide services, where maybe I won't, like, personally help people with their trips, but I will teach people how to get through them. Yeah, a big thing for me is, because one of our biggest goals is to open a treatment center. Right. And things like that. For me, a big part of that is to help somebody go through like opiate withdrawals.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I really
That's-
feel like what the method that have been used in rehabs and detox centers and stuff like that.
They've got it all wrong.
It's heartless.
It's fucking
and cruel
torture.
and stuff.
It's inhumane is the word you were looking for.
Yes, and I have done it and been through it, and I've done it for him so many times, and I feel completely terrible when I think of somebody having to go through that kind of pain without care and love and catering. You can't expect somebody freaking 3 days into opiate withdrawals to go and do dishes.
No,
it's not okay.
And that's exactly right. And I've been down this road fucking too many times to count. Mom, you know all about it. We've all looked so hard for an alternative. But all there is available to people who are struggling like that is a fucking detox center. And I'll tell you right fucking now.
And they kick you out after 10 days.
I'll tell you right now what those detox centers are like. You go there, you hit the bed, right? And you fucking puke your guts out and you're sick as fuck. And you have to drag yourself to go and get your own food. And you have to clean up after yourself when you can't even fucking see straight or walk or stop shitting yourself or puking. Mm-hmm. It's fucking torture. What you actually need is a fucking nurse, somebody who actually cares about you, to fucking feed you,
sit there with you, and help you through your hallucinations.
Yeah, you can't.
That's a big one.
You can't regulate your fucking body temperature. There's so many fucking. It's so painful, physically and emotionally, fucking painful. And they put you in these fucking detox centers, but the other people that are there.
They're not detoxing.
They're not detoxing. Most of the people in every single detox center and the one rehab I've been to were all using them as homeless shelters. These were just people who were manipulating the fucking system to get a fucking roof over their head and a free meal. Yeah. And I think that's fucked up and it's dirty. And
so you're sitting there with one person or however many, small amount of people really trying to get through this and get better. And you have 10, 15 people running around talking about drugs, talking about alcohol and stuff like that.
Glorifying their fucking drug use.
Making it so much harder. And, I can't... it hurts me so fucking bad to think about any of that. When I thought of you in that fucking detox center,
mm-hmm.
It made me fucking crazy that I couldn't take care of you because I knew I could do it better.
Yeah,
and I want to give that to other people so fucking bad because I know what it's like. I've been through it. I've helped him through it many, many times, and I haven't done well some of the times, and then
No, it gets hard, and it gets old. There was a lot. There's I can't even count how many times I've decided, okay, I'm gonna get clean now, and then I stop taking the drugs, the opioids that I'm on, and I get sick as fuck. For at least a month. It lasts a month. When you're using fentanyl, you're sick for a month.
Yeah, you can't get out of it.
Entirely incoherent the entire time.
Hallucinating. Terrified. You were terrified.
We'll have an episode where I talk about my hallucinations when I was withdrawing and what that was like, and it's gonna fucking blow your guys' minds. Yeah. All of you. And, it's devastating to think that there are people going through that, and not even just people who are abusing drugs on the street. More than 50% of the people who are withdrawing from opioids are fucking good people who are just prescribed medications,
back
overprescribed
injuries and stuff like that, back injuries and all of this stuff because
tooth problems, fucking whatever.
That's what got me and you.
Yeah.
Freaking tooth pain is a bitch.
The whole reason why I started doing opioids in the fucking first place is because I had a tooth infection. Yeah. And it spiraled to an insane fentanyl addiction where I was injecting fentanyl and smoking it and overdosing and dying on a fucking daily basis.
Multiple times a day. You would smoke it and you would die before you could even exhale.
Yeah. So
and I'm not okay. I can't and we've had too many friends died from this and everything like
Lots
that.
of good
And I
people.
feel like the resources that are out there, except like VODP, you guys are incredible.
Right.
Thank you for existing. But I feel like I need to help.
Yeah, we both do. And anybody, if any of you out there in, I'm not sure how far across Canada the VODP is functioning. Alberta, I know for sure. Just look them up, VODP. I'll
Virtual Opioid Dependency Program.
Yeah, and I'll put their hotline or their phone number on the description of this video for you guys.
You can contact us if you need any more info. We will provide it. Anything you need.
Because about 8 or 9 years ago, when I first decided that I needed like clinical help getting off of opioids, we looked up the methadone program. And we were living in Whitecourt at the time, and it was entirely when I first heard about it in Leduc, but when we first got on it, we were living in Whitecourt.
Okay.
But it was like entirely inaccessible to us in Whitecourt, and we had to fucking completely uproot our lives and move to downtown Edmonton for almost 2 months.
They wouldn't when we filled out the forms, they said that they only served like Edmonton and the surrounding area. Luckily for us at the time, we had a previous Leduc address which qualified as a surrounding area.
Right.
So we put that in. We didn't live there at the time. We lived in Whitecourt, which was about 2 hours away. So we had to lie
and stay in a fucking hotel for 2 months.
My grandmother had to pay for hotels and food and accommodations just for us to be able to get on the methadone program,
receive our medication.
And then we went, like, it took us 2-3 months. We were able to go back home, and I had to take a Greyhound every weekend back to Edmonton, which cost a lot of money with, like, my, 1-year-old son. And I had to go there and do all of this stuff. Luckily, I'm so happy they've expanded and done everything, but we have went through hell to get out of hell.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a very intense need to make sure that if I can help somebody not have to go through what we went through, I need to.
Yeah, me too. And so methadone is not the only option that they offer. Suboxone, and I think there's a couple others. The Sublocade is one of them. But listen, like, if anybody in Alberta is in need or is struggling with an opioid dependency, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be an addiction. If it's a dependency and you need to get off of it, fucking contact these people. They will help you no matter where you are in the province. They will send a prescription to you in an hour's time.
Yeah.
And
that day, I want to say one big thing. So the difference between you and I was, yours was an addiction more and mine was a dependency.
Yeah.
I kept using because I couldn't get sick because I had to take care of my family. And like a really big thing about all of it was, like, you know, I was willing to, like, go through the motions and everything like that. But if you were to go and Google symptoms of opiate withdrawal, it will say it's like a flu and stuff like. It's fucking not like a flu.
no,
It's not at all.
That's if you're taking, like, Tylenol 3s or something.
Yes, if you were taking what is out there now
On
and
the
everything
streets,
like
or
that.
even anything as strong as, like, oxycodone or morphine, it gets worse and it gets really bad really fast.
So please don't
Suffer.
please don't suffer. Like, honestly, if you don't know who to contact, you don't know what to do, contact us. We'll help you. I fucking promise we'll help.
You can email me at Shae, SHAE, at morningstarenlightenment.org.
Comment on videos, message us. It doesn't matter. We will help you.
Yeah, and we'll figure it out. If you're not from Alberta, I will find a resource for you.
Yeah.
And I will share it with you immediately.
Like, everybody, a lot of addicts have this thing where, you know, their families and everything, they give up, they can't do it anymore, whatever. We will fight for you.
Yeah.
Because it is important, and a lot of people end up in a dependency spiral they didn't intend. They're good people. They're not trying to do horrible
Exactly.
things or whatever.
This opioid epidemic is taking fucking too many great people off of this planet, and if we can even save one of you people, like, we would be more than happy to do it. And we don't want anything in return. Nothing at all.
No. I refuse to let freaking opiate addiction take him, and I won't. If I can stop it from taking anybody else, I fucking will.
Even if you think you're a piece of shit, I'll
You're
still
not,
help you.
I promise.
You're not. We will help you. So anyways, that was a huge tangent that I did not expect to go on with you guys, but I'm glad that we did.
Yeah. We'll go into more in-depth talk about addiction and stuff at a different time.
And not just for the people who are suffering with the addiction, but we have so much to say to people who are
dealing with, who has a loved one dealing with addiction.
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, a lot of people deal with it in, like, there's, like, a certain set of ways that they need to deal with it or whatever. And I promise you, it's wrong. And that's not the way to deal with a loved one with addiction. And we'll go through the video, a video of that.
We'll talk about all of it. And, like, we'll also have, like, at least some of my family members on, interview them about how they dealt with it just to help other people. And I also intend, when we do our addiction episode, we're going to show you guys exactly how fucking bad I was. We've got video of me, like,
being resuscitated after he died
from
an overdose.
Pictures of me emaciated and fucking ill, and, like, I just want to show you guys how, like, much of a contrast there is from that to how we are now.
So it's possible to go from your deepest, darkest, you think that there's nothing left of you, to, like, get out of that and become so bright, such a beautiful person, I promise.
Life will find a way. That's a very common saying in the whole science world.
Yeah.
So I started talking about the beginner's mind approach to things, and, like, that's very important. I wanted to discuss more about the ego with you guys, but what I'm gonna do, since we're coming up on 2 hours now, is Jordan and I are gonna record and post another episode for you guys tomorrow. This weekend for sure at the very latest, but we're gonna go over a whole bunch of things about the ego, and the beginner's mind thing is very important to me. I want you guys to forget whatever it is you think you know about the ego, all that Freudian bullshit,
preconceived notions.
Forget that shit, and, like, just entertain what I have to say once, and if it helps you, then sweet. If it doesn't, then whatever. And we're also in that conversation, I'm just gonna go over, because the ego and meditation go hand in hand for me. Meditation is a way to overcome your ego's fucking nonsense and help you, like, be better than that and just be your true self and become what we are, is just consciousness, right? And that's meditation will help you sift through all that nonsense and get to that point.
And he's good at that. He's gonna help me through that as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a very raw and natural conversation, because I've been waiting to have this conversation with Jordan, and I want to do it in front of you guys so that it's like a learning experience for everybody involved. And then in the same episode, if it doesn't kill 2 hours worth of time, we're gonna have, like, a talk about relationships and how we've managed to bring our relationship to this point where we just absolutely love each other no matter what, and we even enjoy arguing with each other sometimes. So, and, like, I know lots of people out there could definitely benefit from that shit.
Yeah.
And
yeah, a lot of people need some relationship help, especially after, like, the COVID thing and everybody split up. And, like, you know what though, like, it's like, we've had the worst fights ever. I love him so freaking much.
Yeah, and, like, so our relationship talk, for any of you out there who are listening that may be single or whatever, it like, listen, we're also gonna help people find the right one.
Don't try to do it for messaging girls on Facebook.
Yeah, don't do that.
Trust me.
And also, a lot of the relationship advice that we do have to share can be put into practice with other relationships too, like with
familial relationships,
right?
And
And
stuff like that,
for parenting and stuff, it all fucking works the same way. So we're gonna cover all that shit with you guys. We all love you so fucking much for listening in. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon.